You know, I'm not much of a sports fan, but when the stakes are high enough and the game is close enough, even I can get excited about a good football match. So let me start by congratulating the winners of this weekend's big game, by which of course I mean Australia's 2-1 victory over the Korean Republic in the Asian Cup finals last Friday. So congratulations to the adorably named Socceroos, a team with a name too cute not to root for. But of course, the tournament was not without its share of sexism, an inevitable consequence of inviting countries like Iran, where it's illegal for women to attend men's sporting events. To underscore the prehistoric views on gender roles in that country, government officials warned the Iranian footballers that even though barbaric nations like Australia allow women to attend ball-related events, that was no excuse to take pictures that might acknowledge that to folks back home. The head of the Iranian Football Federation's Moral Committee warned that players risked being used as political tools if they took pictures with female fans. He assured players that unspecified penalties await a brazen affirmation of unpenised humans. But of course, the Saudis have a solution to the problem of woman-man proximity that's even more sexist. With the kingdom still reeling from last October's woman at a soccer match gate, Prince Fahad bin Jalawi Al Saud, acting as consultant for that nation's Olympic committee, proposed a gender-segregated Olympics, where men and women don't even have to be in the same country together. Believe it or not, this came as part of an attempt to convince the International Olympic Committee to consider Saudi Arabia as possible host nation for a future Olympic Games. They could have the real games in Saudi Arabia, but all the women could have their knitting competitions or whatever in Bahrain. To their credit, the IOC president told Saudi Arabia to go fuck itself, explaining that when it comes to their commitment to non-discrimination, quote, Saudi Arabia cannot simply outsource certain issues to another territory, end quote. And I believe he chose those words because he'd get in trouble if he said, "Do you assholes really have nothing better to do than worry about women wearing shorts? Are you aware of Yemen? Have you seen ISIS? Do you know how dynastic struggles work? Are you fucking kidding me?" But eventually, all this sexism is bound to backfire for the Islamic faith. For example, one group of Muslim women in Los Angeles have grown so tired of patriarchy that they said, "To hell with the men, we can oppress ourselves." The women-only mosque is the first of its kind in America, though the practice of keeping women the hell out of the way is a time-honored tradition in the faith. Even mosques in the U.S. almost universally segregate the genders, with women confined to the back of the prayer room at best, or a separate but unequal room off to the side at worst. But, of course, even voluntarily sequestering themselves in a separate building from all of the penises isn't enough for the more conservative Muslims, who complain that for a mosque to be completely testosterone-free, women would have to say the man prayers. So yes, the move of creating entirely isolated places where women can speak after religious services without bothering the menfolk is being derided as too progressive for American Muslims. Tell me again about how the sexism is all regional? And while the apologists draft their angry emails, I'll hand things back over to Noah and Heath.